Beautifully, Bhagavan explains what is power manifestation. Power manifestation is how our reality listens to us and decides what you want. The science of becoming the superconscious being, the special species, each one of us can experience that. And that is the science of power manifestation. Bhagavan immediately after darshans and after the dikshas gives us the science of power manifestation for us, each one of us, to experience our own the reality as existential reality. Science of power manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. The pramanas, the evidence supporting the science that each one of us can become the superconscious being. The Shastra Pramana, scriptural references, the unchangeable eternal truth revealed in the source scriptures, Vedas, which is pure science, Agamas, the applied science. The Apta Pramana, the experience and the results of the millions of Aptas. Aptas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvas, Siddhas, all of them manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. Atma Pramana, the account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation. Bhagavan has played the Leela, how a human being can have a cognitive shift and have a superconscious breakthrough as reality, as existential reality. Bhagavan has done all the tapas for us to manifest in simple integrity and simple obedience. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of the millions of disciple devotees, followers all around the world, just like all of us, who have been initiated by Bhagavan into the science of power manifestation. Bhagavan has said beautifully that whoever is in the Kailash courtyard, even if you are completely new, I myself will be there and manifest as your reality. Like if you go into a temple, the temple has such a powerful space. Whoever it is, even if it is a thief, it can transform anyone. And that is the space of Kailash courtyard. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Clearly, we have documented that how Bhagavan or devotee or disciple have thoughtless space. But not just thoughtless space, the Shakti which is manifesting is also documented. How it appears, the materialization, the healing, all have been documented. How it happens in us and how it is transmitted to others in a conscious space. Beautifully, Bhagavan has given us the science of power manifestation, starting from the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramana for the power of depth dimension, one of the most beautiful dimension, depth dimension, gateway to the higher reality, which is given from the Shiva Sutra. The Sutra 1.16, Shiva Sutra.
तत्त्वसन्धानाद्वा अपशुशक्तिः शुद्धतत्त्वसन्धानाद्वा अपशुशक्तिः.
Bhagavan Paramashiva says, by fixing the self and aiming on the pure essence, cognizing from the depth of one's being that all that exists is Paramashiva, the pure essence, and attaining and uniting with the pure essence, existential reality, Paramashiva, he experienced Paramashiva, manifests Paramashiva as an infinite power. We have little powers that we have experienced, but infinite power, what could that be? The abundance and auspiciousness to create any reality, the possibility that is existing in each one of us. Each one of us can experience the highest cognition, highest reality when we align to the Paramashiva space in us. Unfortunately, we have forgotten all the science and we are deluded too much that we are continuously suffering, not knowing why the suffering, what is the suffering, how it is happening, why can't it go away, and trying to find a solution somewhere else. But the solution is inside you. All the abundance that you need, all the relationships, all the completions that you need, all the healing that you need, everything is inside us right now, right here. Bhagavan beautifully says, we are not responsible for what is happening, but we are responsible for what is happening, but we don't have to engage in everything. Only what you cherish, what you engage, you create the problems more and more. If without engaging, will I have a beautiful life? That is what is unclutched life. You will have not just beautiful, extraordinary life with infinite powers. All you need to do is do not have to change anything in you, do not have to try to correct anything in you. Just unclutch from whatever you are going through as happening in your life, being responsible, but taking the responsibility to unclutch and only take the stand of Paramashiva. Bhagavan beautifully says, however and whatever happening, when we get to the space of pure space, then simply Bhagavan initiate us into the higher reality. That purity that we need to create is our responsibility. How the Nachiketa, that he was gone with the cows for 12 years, where he has to practice the samyama of neti, just the method of neti, neti, neti. Everything that he experienced, he has to just let go it. Finally, he forgot how even to count or how even to relate to things, and he understood not just a human language. He got initiated from multiple, the cranes, the cows, and all the things which lived gave him the understanding, and he spoke to everything, and he understood there is something beyond just the idea of how he needs to exist as human and human intellect. And finally, when he was ready, then he came to his guru to get enlightened. He had a disciple, and his disciple did the same thing. How he was performing continuously into the Agni. His wife said, swear, that he did not take care of this disciple. He did not teach anything. All he did was the Homa, Svetaketu's disciple. And he did only Homa all the time. And the Agni gave him the understanding. And then after he became pure, then he comes to Svetaketu to get the initiation. How we are purifying ourselves is our responsibility to raise ourselves. Then the Guru happens to give the final word, because he is given all the words which has not resonate in us. Is our responsibility to raise from those words and raise ourselves, and to be prepared when Guru happens in our life to the ultimate space. Length dimension is informational world. Breadth dimension moves. The frequency of the length increases, it goes into the breadth dimension. Breadth dimension, when the frequency increases, the art forms. Then it goes to the depth dimension. Depth dimension is something where you cognize that there is something more than you that exists, that there is something happening more than this body and mind. That is depth dimension. When you understand that higher dimension, you break open the time and experience the space dimension. All these great signs are given in small capsule called power manifestation. Each time you manifest the powers, you start experiencing the higher dimension, higher completion. And each time, a little by little, you start engaging yourself in the conscious sovereignty. Why you came here for. The ultimate oneness with Paramashiva. The greatest reality that we can experience as Paramashiva. Beautifully, you can see how Vishwamitra in Apta Pramana manifest not just any reality, he created a loka. Vishwamitra was a king. He was so convinced that how to exist when he saw Vashishta. So he gave up his kingdom just to experience the ultimate reality. When he gave up his kingdom and he came, he was meditating so much into that science again and again, understanding the higher reality, that more and more oneness with Paramashiva, the subtler, you can experience any dimensions into reality. So the Sikandu wanted to go in a mortal body to heaven. This is from the Valmiki Ramayana, Balakanda, chapter 60. He wanted to go and take his body, mortal body, to Swargaloka. Vishwamitra, Vashishta said that is not possible and I cannot do the Homa. Vashishta took it up and he said, I can create it. And he sent Sikandu to Swargaloka in his physical body, the mortal body. And there the Devas did not accept him and they asked him to leave. But when he left there, he again asked Vishwamitra, how can he have the Swargaloka? So clearly it is documented. Vishwamitra has created a Sikandu Swargaloka at the portion of the northern skies near the south pole. The portion of the southern skies near the south pole. Clearly, it is documented how he created a loka for Sikandu from the power of the tapas, the intensity, how he existed as Paramashiva. He created the loka, the possibility that lies in us. We are struggling with to create some small differences in our life. Here he was very clear that space that he was, I am Paramashiva, I can manifest any reality. The Siddhas and Munis, Rishis, all of them lived in such high level of conscious sovereignty. Bhagavan beautifully explains how we are the sea of Bhagavan.
God made man in his own mold. I say, God, whether he made man in his own mold or not, I don't know. I don't know God. But I know Sadashiva, God L. He did not make you in his mold. He made you in his own sea. Listen to this word. I am using the word sea. S-E-E. Not S-E-A. Listen to this word very carefully. See is an action. I wanted to say, when I see, one end is me, another end is you, another end is you, that's all. Because you are seeing with two eyes, what you are seeing, you can't absorb that into you. But I am seeing with the three eyes, what I see, I can absorb that into me. No, it is my own other end. Understand, that is why I am using the word, not even seeing, see. I am giving you exact, literally what I wanted to convey. The relationship between you and Sadashiva. You are the see, not seen, seeing, see of Sadashiva. Listen, just now I made a statement. When you see through the third eye, whatever you see, you can manifest, manipulate as you want. It means what you see will be your own extension. It is you. See, if I can make my right hand bend, do whatever I want I can do, means this is me. What you understand as me is what I convey through the word see. In you, the me is only materially which is connected to you. In me is what is connected to me even by see. Listen. For you, me means what is materially connected to you. For me means what is seely connected to me.
Millions of disciple devotees share, initiated by Bhagavan, now lifting and dropping the coconut so beautiful.
Into levitation, which is a breath dimension. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate levitating this coconut. And this coconut is just a regular coconut. It's actually got juice on the inside. I'm putting it in the palm of my hand. I'm keeping the palm of my hand flat. And I'm going to focus on levitating it. So there it is.
Beautifully, you can see how the coconut levitates the whole space of oneness that is created, and it levitates. The science of the depth dimension, how Bhagavan says, when you become the coconut itself, when you become the object itself, you are understanding that how the reality functions. Your incompletion, that you are always bound by the body and the mind, disappears, and you are in the oneness with Paramashiva, starts manifesting as reality. The more and more inside us, the inner space where we belong, we are engaging more into the Paramashiva space. And more we start looking in. Who is that beautifully experiencing all this? Paramashiva experience the whole beauty through your eyes. The eyes is nothing but a Paramashiva's manifestation of seeing. The taste is nothing but Paramashiva's manifestation as your tongue. Each of the organ, the five senses, is nothing but Paramashiva in action, Parashakti, in the happening. Each of the happening that in ourself is nothing but the Paramashiva's happening in that reality. The people that you see is Paramashiva as your own reflection. The object that you see, the perception that you're making is in your brain where you are experiencing the reality. And if you understand everything is actually happening in your brain, not in your body or not in the physical presence, more and more you understand the higher reality, how it exists. The higher reality, how we exist, is consciousness, is the witness of the awareness. If we understand how we exist, not just outside, but actually inside, the more perception of reality, we will understand that the reality is what is happening in front of us, but not touching us in any way. So the whole science of power manifestation is to get the cognitive shift. Yes, you are all here, you are hearing. Paramashiva is manifesting through you as your ears, as your sight, as your five senses. But that is not just you. The conclusion that we arrive, that is us, and then we start struggling. Now Bhagavan says, unclutch from everything, just unclutch, disconnect from the whole thing, as though everything is happening like a movie in your life, and you are the hero, heroine of your life. And you are the Paramashiva who's creating the whole movie, directing it and rearranging it how you want. The beautiful signs that Bhagavan is saying that we can experience when we unclutch from this world. That is what is the science of our manifestation. Now let's sit straight, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye. When you start living from your third eye, your maturity has gone much higher. We always live in the lower three chakras. That's why Bhagavan says, physically detox, detox, detox. I only work with your body. Because the reactionary parasites, trillions of them sitting and engaging in only fights, is what causes all your confusion and all your perceptual deformation. Here Bhagavan is saying, live in the conscious sovereignty that you are Paramashiva. Visualize Paramashiva. Bhagavan's words, Bhagavan's vision, and whatever Guru has said, simple obedience, simple integrity. Third eye is the manifestation of your reality. Bring your awareness to third eye. An absolute unclutching from anything that you know. When you hold your hand, the object in it, the object is going to move up and down, not just roll away, but you're going to move the object. Most probably the coconut is the best thing to hold and it moving up and down. And you can see it, how it just demonstrate as your will persistence, the determination becoming the will persistence. You're determined to experience Paramashiva, will persistence to make it happen. And till it happen, not giving up. That is the power of the willpower that you say, Bhagavan says, power over will. And doing the tyaga of all the thoughts, like your gadgets, put away your gadgets, put away your thoughts, how you experience yourself in the deep sleep. Same way, same experience we are going to experience now, but in a wakeful sleep. That's what Bhagavan says is samadhi. So intensely when we chant, we merge ourselves into the Paramashiva space from our navel center, because that is where the DNAs are sitting. So when you chant and vibrate, the whole body vibrates. It can raise you to the higher frequency, Bhagavan says, and you can experience and merge into Paramashiva, because Bhagavan is in the Samadhi space, which is quantum, and you entangle, you seeing something, you also entangle into the quantum space. And chanting and bringing your awareness to your third eye, you can simply manifest any reality. All this might be simple exercise, but these exercises are to show you that you are Paramashiva in outer world also. You create from the inside, the inner space, who you are, the ultimate reality. Now let's merge into Paramashiva by chanting the Mahavakya and being in the oneness. Sit as Devi with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands, beautifully experiencing Devi. You are in the bhava. When you start chanting, you should fall into the bhava of Devi and simply manifest whatever reality that you want. Consciousness and abundance. Paramashiva says he is here, right here, for us to manifest, become ready for him to just flow through us. So let's experience the oneness with Paramashiva, chanting the Mahavakya with a deep listening and manifesting the power of depth, the dimension, moving the object on your hand up and down.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham. Let Paramashivoham overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Such a beautiful space. Whatever Bhagwan is giving, that space, many have reported that how it has recorded in the video, but when they see it, they are not able to see if there is a change in the object they are holding, or you can keep it on your, if you're able to do it on your hand, then you can keep it on the silicon. Once you keep it on the silicon, make sure you are having the silicon switched off. There's no vibration mode for it to change anything. These great signs that Bhagwan is asking all of us to manifest is the greatest gift from Bhagwan for each one of us to clear all the unconsciousness and all the blind spots and experience that beautiful space of pure Paramashiva. Science has clearly proven how the silence makes you more and more intelligent because it puts you into the survival space. It's a very simple how fasting is the greatest science. Now they have found how they can even measure your, even the date of death for you, because from the how your body is functioning, and they say clearly the first and foremost is fasting. How you are able to fast without the body parts getting any of the pain, not fasting out of any incompletion, but fasting with proper nutrition and taking the liquid diet and fasting, you create a body which is can be really, the lifespan can be increased. Now science has proven, same way the silence has, science has proven that how you become more intelligent because of the silence. You are constantly aware. It brings you to the awareness because you cannot speak those words. You have to think how to communicate your part into the others instead of verbally expressing, which is full of incompletion and chaos. So when you start working on the silence, the higher intelligence, the higher awareness starts reflecting into you much more. That is why all this great science Bhagavan is giving us in a very, very short capsules for us to experience the glimpse of the ultimate. Even the glimpse could be such powerful. The power manifestation has gone increased so much since the silence has happened, because of the space is getting much, much more clearer. Bhagwan, somebody asked Bhagwan, don't you have thoughts? Bhagwan said, yes, I do, because he has to communicate with us. But that does not occupy his space. He has like 1,000,000 acres of land, and one small acre has been dedicated for the thoughts. The 1,000,000 acre of land comes in when you start living in the conscious space of infinity as the ultimate. Then the thoughts doesn't bother you. It is not that they don't have thoughts. They do communicate. Clearly, they do communicate in our language, in our plane, in our frequency. They have to come down to our frequency and talk to us in the thoughts, but they don't have the way we perceive it. But they have such clarity in every word they utter. That is why it is mantra when Bhagavan speaks. So more and more silence brings you to the awareness and more consciousness who you are. Smarnata Mukti Arunachala. Bhagavan says, it is not that you remember Arunachala. It is that which that remembers you. You remember that. you become Arunachala. That which remembers you, what is that? That you cannot forget, that you cannot remember, but that which remembers you, that ultimate gave us the powerful cognition. Go on contemplating on that in the inner space. You will understand that you are Paramashiva. Even now it is functioning as per your thinking, beyond your thinking. As reality Bhagavan says, in spite of you, I have to run your life. So drop all that thoughts for a few minutes so that Bhagavan has to clearly run your life in most beautiful way. Drop your gadgets. We'll have one more cycle. This is very, very simple that we can manifest. You can have the coconut in your hand or any object which is going to lift up and down. You're going to move the object. That's all. You can do it on the surface or on a gadget. Why does it work on the gadget? Gadget is made of silicon, which is the mother, the earth element. And earth or water, our body simply listens because we are made of that. So simply you can relate to it and you can become the oneness. How Bhagavan says, you are the sea of Paramashiva. You are not the object, matter. You are the like sun's rays. Each ray is as powerful as the sun. And each wave is as powerful as the ocean, but the wave itself does not have the power, but it understands as the ocean, the wave has the power. As consciousness, we have the infinity power. As individual self, we are only chaos and confusion and death. But as the whole, we are ultimate. That is what we hold that cognition continuously. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Continuously chant the Mahavakya, melting into Bhagavan's lotus feet. Whatever you have, surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet. And simply we will raise into the ultimate reality. All we need to do is whatever happens, surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet. Simply the solution happens to our reality. Whatever we want, manifest in n-fold, much more than what we can do. The simplest solution for the greatest problems that we have. Bhagavan has initiated us into the greatest powers. Let's experience that. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya, entangling with Bhagavan and manifesting the power of depth dimension.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Verification process.
Beautifully, whatever you have experienced, now you can share in the tinyurl.com/power manifestation if you've taken pictures, or you have experienced powerful cognition that you experience from the satsangs or the power manifestation session, you can thank Bhagwan. Take 5 minutes of your time to enrich and cause. Enriching and causing is where you start recognizing that everyone is your sea. How Bhagwan says is nothing but your own reflection, that they are Paramashiva. When Uddhava asked Krishna, what is that I have to do? He said only one thing, look at everything as Paramashiva, as Krishna, and you will experience me as soon as possible. So when you start experiencing everyone as Paramashiva, you start getting into that more and more. When you start recognizing, that is enriching and causing. When you share the powerful cognition, you know that you are Paramashiva, the person who is receiving is Paramashiva. He is going to appreciate that words and that whatever manifestation you have done, because they are Paramashiva. So that cognition becomes grounded, bolted. That's why enriching and causing make you manifest powers more and more. If you see a dollar sign, you can contribute to Kailasha. Whatever Bhagwan is showering on all of us, all we can do is just contribute a single unit. The way we have in every puja, if you see, they will keep a coin. In every receiving, you keep the banana leaf, then banana, and then betel leaf, a betel nut, and a coin. That gratitude, how we experience that, what we get from Paramashiva, we offer and contribute as one little coin. These great sciences of how we existed is revived by Bhagavan, not just for getting that coin, but to make us understand the habit, how we have to offer for everything, the contributing style that we have to implement into our system, the software system, need to be upgraded by the contribution habit of giving. As per Agama, we are supposed to only have ready for next meal. Other than that, we have to be just in the surrender space. That level people have lived and offered their everything, and they have done all the great things, and that is how all these Nayanamars have really got that enlightenment. All that Bhagavan is saying, no need to do so much, but just offer $1 or a unit of your currency, and that in a long run you can build a Kailasha as your inner space, protection of dharma, which takes care of so many mishappenings in your life, which doesn't happen because you're protected. All these great signs have been lost, and Bhagavan is reviving in each one of us. So thanking Bhagavan and thanking all of you in deep gratitude and earning that I am Paramashiva become eternal reality. Let's end this session with a deep gratitude and Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. See you after next satsang, next darshan in Kailash.